Shots fired at a JLP rally in Kingston Central have ignited a chain of events on the political front. The incident left JLP MP and Minister Darrell Vaz making politically pointed remarks, and the opposition's General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell firing counter blows and warnings. Things moved apace, speaker after speaker, until explosions rang out nearby. A disruption of sorts during the JLP's Central Kingston Choose Jamaica public meeting Sunday night as Member of Parliament Donovan Williams addressed the gathering. He returned with a note not to be distracted, with suggestions of a political undertone.
Let's try it this evening, you know.
But political firebrand Darrell Vaz would go even further, suggesting it was a desperate attempt by their political rivals, whom he fears want to return Jamaica's politics to a time long gone and much bloodier. This after declaring, quote, "We're not afraid of gunshot."
What they want to do is to bring back the old-time politics that we're going way far from 1980 come right back from 1976.
Remarks that would soon see the PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell blasting Vaz and the JLP as being reckless and irresponsible. He says a complaint has also been filed against Vaz to the political ombudsman.
We've reported Minister Vaz to the political ombudsman. His conduct breaches standards of peace and fairness. It undermines our democracy. We demand Minister Vaz retract his comments immediately and reflect on his repeated use of threatening gestures. To all leaders, exercise integrity. The PNP remains committed to peaceful politics.
Meanwhile, the police have confirmed that those responsible for the shots have since been located and no stone will be left unturned, with a categorical reminder that the incident was not politically motivated. Members of the People's National Party and Patriots were bullish on Sunday about readiness for the electoral fight ahead. Amid fiery political jabs and strategic speeches, the party's rising stars rolled out policy proposals directed at youth empowerment. Here's Angela Melville with that report.
The young comrades were out in their numbers at PNP President Mark Golding's constituency on Sunday, signalling their readiness for the electoral battle ahead. Along with the political jabs and jubilation, the Young Turks had on display key policies aimed at addressing the youth population. One of the policy proposals was a commitment to freeing up funds through the Development Bank of Jamaica. The goal? To reduce barriers to loans and grants, making it easier for individuals and businesses to access financial resources.
The People's National Party has developed a $1 billion creative industry fund that will ensure that our young people are supported in music, fashion, film, and any aspect of the creative industry so that you can be invested in and that your dreams can come to life. We are ensuring that there is a 3-year corporate tax holiday on businesses because enough young people there will want to start a business but can't find the money.
That was Danishka Williams, the PNP's intended candidate for St. Anne Southwestern. She wasted no time in taking direct aim at Culture Minister Olivia Grange. Williams criticized Grange's handling of the culture portfolio.
There's a lady running the cultural ministry, and it's time for us to retire her. She passed the age of retirement long time, and we want Miss Babsy know, say no disrespect, but our young people time no.
Meanwhile, other party officials turned their focus to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, accusing him of focusing too heavily on ribbon-cutting PR efforts rather than tackling the country's deeper issues. Senator Damian Crawford, in particular, was vocal in his criticism.
We will cut how long you have to pay rent. Because the rent-to-own policy is saying that those who are sell down a market, those who are play sound, those who are keep round robin, you will be able to move into a house without any salary slip.
Crawford also stressed that the government's failure to properly address corruption was a matter of grave concern, one that required urgent attention.
The same money could have bought 100 2026 brand new coaster bus with 3-year warranty What we need to cut is a policy for pockets and not a policy for people.
The rally also saw former UWI Guild President Perry Cummings Jr. swapping the UWI red for the PNP's orange.
In 1995, under the auspices of PJ Patterson, the most honorable, there was a revitalization and an extension of the new National Youth Service Program, which gave young people the opportunity to earn Commander Man Church. It gave people the opportunity to better themselves. I don't have much time, but hear what? I hear the other people them say, you must choose Jamaica, but you can't choose Jamaica without choosing the people.
Angela Melville, CVM News.
Holness, in shoring up support for the Jamaica Labour Party, says his administration has been combating unemployment in Jamaica while empowering the youth through skills training and governmental support. Kevin Black has more.
Is becoming a constraint on the growth potential of the country.
Prime Minister Holness says the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, reduced the unemployment rate from 13% to 3.3% under his watch. Speaking at a JLP fundraising banquet at the weekend, Holness emphasized that while these numbers are impressive, the next chapter of the JLP administration is geared towards the development of the country's human resource.
So I'm making this point here about the development of the parish generally, but it's a microcosm of what is happening in Jamaica. Labour is becoming a constraint on the growth potential of the country. So the next phase of our development, the next chapter of our administration, will be a laser-like focus on ensuring that all our human resources are available for the development of themselves and the Jamaican economy.
The Labour leader notes that the increase in gang violence has a direct correlation with unemployment. As a result, he says his administration is employing measures to effectively combat both issues.
We literally must now compete to take our youngsters out of gangs and get them into jobs. Every youngster that is out there, not in the labor force, not doing something productive, is literally depriving the economy of growth potential, so that we can get our young people into meaningful activity to support the development of the country.
Mr. Holness reiterates that Jamaica needs its youth to be engaged in the labor force. He maintains his administration waived the fee at the Heart NSTA Trust to provide free skills training to all.
Be pleased to know that we have made all Heart courses free. There's nothing that stops anyone from going to Heart. And since then, we have registered over 120,000 new registrants. So it's significant. But there is still that level of unattachedness, we call it. Young people who are not in school, they're not working, they're not attached to anything, and they're just there. But if we could really get them into the economy, it would give us a boost.
Prime Minister Holness believes that his administration is one that has put the future of Jamaica's youth as a priority. Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
CVM News at 7. The residents took to the streets in protest to clear the name of a man who was fatally shot by police in the parish last week. As you'll hear in this report, the incident has also led to renewed calls for police officers to receive training on how to respond to mentally ill people.
A man is dead and a community now demanding answers. Placard-bearing residents flooded the streets of 11 Miles Bull Bay in St. Thomas Monday morning following the fatal shooting of a community member. The deceased man, identified only as Shane, was killed by the police in an alleged shootout last Friday. The cops also alleged that a firearm was recovered from his body, but the residents are crying foul, claiming the police are spreading a false narrative.
The people that listen when the police them, one of them not stop back, and put on the gloves, and they put the silver gun on, brother, and free them, man. Shane is a helpful person in his community. She is sick. She has never hold a gun yet. On the wicked, on the put gun for the young man, but never hold a gun yet. She is not a gunman. She is a madman. We want justice for him this morning.
For many of the residents, the pain runs deep as this isn't the only such incident in recent days. CVM News was informed that another mentally ill man in the parish narrowly escaped death by the police mere hours after Shane's murder. The back-to-back incidents have fueled fresh calls for a reform on how members of the security forces deal with the mentally ill.
And I can tell you this happened Friday in the day, and I have to save another unsound mind person up there in Danvers spent from the police Friday night, which at this time my attorney told me this morning that I will be summoned to attend court for it. So even if the residents them try to make the police them know that these people have mental challenges, they might be prosecuted for it. So we have to really look at how policing work done.
Now, as of July 21, 184 people have been killed by security forces since the start of the year. Now, it's unclear how many of those fatalities were mentally ill. Commanding Officer for St. Thomas, Superintendent Michael Campbell provided an update.
Justice, I have spoken to them and reassured them that there are procedures to be followed and the relevant agencies such as Interpol.
Amoy Harriet, CVM News.